Hi, Master Gary Hernandez here. I get asked a lot of questions about knives, and one of the biggest questions I get asked is what kind of knife is right for me? What should I buy? What should I carry? What do you suggest? When it comes to buying knives, I basically tell the person that's more of a personal option. I would say check out different knives, see what you like, see what you're going to want to have a good fit for. One of the questions you want to ask yourself off the bat is why do I even want to carry it? Do I want to carry it for personal protection? Do I want to carry it as a tool so I can open boxes or cut rope, whatever I need to use it for? And by the way, if you're going to carry a knife for personal protection, never ever say that to anybody that you don't know very well. I would never tell law enforcement, oh, yeah, this knife is for personal protection. No, that's a bad thing to do. If an officer ever pulls you over and says, any weapons on you, or ever sees you with a knife, what's the knife for? Don't say it's for personal protection in case you get attacked. No, they're going to look at you kind of funny, and that's not a good way to start off the conversation with them. Basically, it's a tool. I use it at work, cutting boxes, cutting open boxes, stuff like that. I would never say this is so if someone jumps me, I'm going to stick them, and you got problems. When it comes to buying knives, though, again, it's a personal choice. There's so many different manufacturers out there. There's Benchmade, SOG, Spyderco, Emerson, Kershaw, Gerber. There's tons of them out there. So you're going to want to basically look around. You can go online. You can look in magazines. You can search all over the place for them. My suggestion, if you're going to buy a knife, I tell everybody the same thing. Whatever your city is, whatever city you live in, they're usually doing a gun show. Now, I in the Florida fairgrounds in Tampa, Florida here, every quarter they have a gun show. And I'll go there once or twice a year. And basically all the gun shows that I've ever been to, they have tons of guys selling knives there. They got their booths with knives, and we're talking quality good knives and a lot of cheap knives as well. So you get a chance to pick up the knives, hold them in your hands, check them out, see what looks good, what feels good, and what's going to work for you. So then you get a chance to look at the knife, price it, check it out, and then that way you can see if you're going to like it. You buy something online, it comes in the mail, it looks good when you're looking in the magazine, it looks good when you're looking on the internet. You get it back home, you take it out of the box, you're like, oh man, this doesn't look like it was what it was going to be. So it's a good way to go and just test the waters with it. One of the things you want to do is figure out, okay, if I buy this knife and I'm going to carry it, where am I going to carry it? Right? You're going to carry it in your pocket, yes, but you're going to want to put it in your pocket. You're going to want to have a lanyard to pull it out. Or you're just going to want to have it clipped in. Again, why am I carrying this knife? Well, people ask me, what do I carry? Well, I'll tell you, I carry the Emerson CQC 16. This is my primary knife that I carry. Now, my lighting in my office isn't that good, so you can get a good look at it. But I carry the Emerson CQC 16. Emerson's a great brand. It's a USA knife. It's made in the USA. It's a good company. They are a little pricey. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat. But Emerson makes super quality knives. And the CQC 16, I bought this in 2006. This is the knife that I carry. It's my primary knife. What I like about the Emerson is the Emerson has the assisted opener. Boom. Right when it pulls out of your pocket, it opens up. Of course, you can flip it open, do what you got to do. You're good to go. It's a great knife. It's a great tool. Now, this is what I carry in my front. I always carry two knives. So for my backup knife, which I keep in my back pocket, I'll carry my primary knife on my right side because I'm right-handed, but I'll put my backup in my left side. So in case something happens with this arm, I get injured or something, I can reach around this way and pull out my backup. My backup's a lot smaller. The Emerson here, this overall length of this knife is 8.4 inches. The blade length is 3.6, so it is under the legal limits. I can carry this. It's not. I wouldn't recommend carrying a switchblade or something where you push a button like a stiletto and it pops open. You can get in a lot of trouble with those for the law. They're not too thrilled when you hit a button and that knife just pops right out. So, and check the state you're in. Some states you're not allowed to carry knives at all. So if you live in a state before you buy a knife, check the law, see what you can have. For my backup, Now my backup, I change that a lot. I'll sometimes have Saw, sometimes I'll have Spyderco, sometimes I'll have a Kershaw, sometimes I'll have Gerber. Today, right now, what I got with me is I have one of my Kershaws, my small Kershaw, and this one right here. It's a little quick open, boom, good to go, right here. What I like about this knife, it's small yet it's still move it around, and do what I got to do. This is a really good small backup knife to have. Kind of just simply pull this, pops right open. The overall length of this knife is just a hair under 6 inches. The blade is just a hair under 2 inches. So again, in my legal limits to carry, I like to carry black. I don't like to have too much of a shiny blade at night, so that's personal preference with me. You might want the stainless steel. You might want something with a little more color in it. You might want something that's black. But these are the knives that I like to carry. And again, that's me, personal preference. When it comes to knives, check them out. See what you're going to like. See what's going to be a good fit for you. You don't have to buy the first knife you see when you're at a gun show. I'll tell you a little bit of advice when you go to a gun show and they have their booth and you see this guy, he has all these knives. Walk around because there's usually other booths there and there might be a guy that has the same knife for $10 or $15 cheaper. I've seen that. Bought a knife here one time, saw the same knife for $15 cheaper at the end of the show area. So look around, see what you're going to like. And that's kind of it for just a quick review of what kind of knives that you want to buy. Again, it's a personal preference. Check them out. See what you're going to like. See what feels good in your hands. Check them out and see whether or not it's a good quality knife that you're going to want to buy. Um, Definitely, I recommend if I was to recommend a knife, I recommend Emerson, Benchmade, Spyderco, Saw. Those knives I like. Again, these are knives that are a little bit pricey, but that saying you get what you pay for is really true. I have $2 knives that when I go to open them, everything's loose. You're constantly having to tighten it. You try to close it, there's a problem. I've had this knife since 2006. Never had a problem with this knife, ever. I keep it well sharpened. I keep good maintenance on it. It's a great tool. Again, Master Gary Hernandez, a little bit of knife talk.